The Lord said to Joshua, "Tell the Israelites, designate for yourselves cities of refuge, of which I spoke to you through Moses, to which anyone guilty of an inadvertent or unintentional homicide may flee for asylum from the avenger of blood. To one of these cities the killer shall flee, by standing at the entrance of the city gate, shall plead his case in the hearing of the elders of the city, who must receive him and assign him a place in which to live among them. Though the avenger of blood pursues him, they shall not deliver up to him the one who killed a neighbor unintentionally, when there had been no hatred previously. Once he has stood judgment before the community, he shall live on it in that city until death of the high priest who is in the office at the time. Then the killer may return home to the city where he originally fled." So they set apart Kadesh in Galilee, in the mountain region of Naphtali, Shechem in the mountain region of Ephraim, and Kiriath Arba, that is Hebron, in the mountain region of Judah. And beyond the Jordan, east of Jericho, they designated Bezer in the wilderness of the tableland in the tribe of Reuben, Ramoth in Gilead in the tribe of Gad, and Golan in Bashan in the tribe of Manasseh. These are the designated cities to which any Israelite or alien residing among them who has killed a person unintentionally might flee to escape death at the hand of the avenger of blood, until the killer could appear before the community. The heads of the Levite families approached Eleazar the priest, Joshua son of Nun, and the heads of families of other tribes of the Israelites at Shiloh, in the land of Canaan. He said to them, "The Lord commanded through Moses that the cities given to us dwell in the pasture lands for our livestock, out of their own heritage, according to the command of the Lord." The Israelites gave the Levites the following cities with their pasture lands. When the law among the Levites fell to the clans of the Kohathites, the descendants of Aaron the priest obtained by lot from the tribe of Judah, Simeon, and Benjamin 13 cities. For the clans of the tribe of Ephraim, from the tribe of Dan, and from the half-tribe of Manasseh, the rest of the Kohathites obtained by lot 10 cities. From the clans of the tribe of Issachar, from the tribe of Asher, from the tribe of Naphtali, and from the half-tribe of Manasseh, the Gershonites obtained by lot 13 cities. From the tribes of Reuben, Gad, and Zebulun, the clans of the Merarites obtained 12 cities. These cities with their pasture lands the Israelites gave by lot to the Levites, as the Lord had commanded through Moses. From the tribes of the Judahites and Simeonites they gave the following cities, and assigned them to the descendants of Aaron in the Kohathite clan of the Levites, since the first lot fell to them. First, Kiriath Arba. Arba was the father of Anak. That is Hebron in the mountain region of Judah, the adjacent pasture lands, although the open country and the villages belonging to the city had been given to Caleb, son of Jephunneh, as his holding. As to the descendants of Aaron, the priests were giving the city of refuge for homicides at Hebron, with its pasture lands, also Libnah with its pasture lands, Jattir with its pasture lands, Eshtemoa with its pasture lands, Holon with its pasture lands, Debir with its pasture lands, Ain with its pasture lands, Judah with its pasture lands, and Beth-Shemesh with its pasture lands, 9 cities from these 2 tribes. From the tribe of Benjamin they obtained Gibeon with its pasture lands, Geba with its pasture lands, Anathoth with its pasture lands, and Almon with its pasture lands, 4 cities. These cities were with the pasture lands belonged to the priestly descendants of Aaron, were 13 in all. The rest of the Kohathite clans among the Levites obtained by lot from The tribe of Ephraim, 4 cities. They were assigned with its pasture lands, the city of refuge for homicides at Shechem in the mountain region of Ephraim. Also Gezer with its pasture lands, Kibzaim with its pasture lands, Beth Hanon with its pasture lands. From the tribe of Dan they obtained El Teket with its pasture lands, Gibeath with its pasture lands, Ajalon with its pasture lands, and Gath Rimmon with its pasture lands, 4 cities. From the half tribe of Manasseh, Tanakh with its pasture lands, and Gath Rimmon with its pasture lands, 2 cities. These cities with which their pasture lands belonged to the rest of the Kohathite clans were 10 in all. The Gershonite clans of the Levites received from the half tribe of Manasseh the city of refuge for homicides at Golan in Bashan with its pasture lands, and also Beth Ashtaroth with its pasture lands, 2 cities. From the tribe of Issachar they obtained Kishon with its pasture lands, Dabrath with its pasture lands, Jarmuth with its pasture lands, and Ganim with its pasture lands, 4 cities. From the tribe of Asher, Mishal with its pasture lands, Abdon with its pasture lands, Helkath with its pasture lands, and Rehob with its pasture lands, 4 cities. From the tribe of Naphtali, the city of refuge for homicides at Kadesh in Galilee with its pasture lands, also Hamath with its pasture lands, and Kartan with its pasture lands, 3 cities. The cities which belonged to the Gershonite clans with their pasture lands were 13 in all. The Merarite clans, the last of the Levites, received from the tribe of Zebulun Jokneam with its pasture lands, Kertab with its pasture lands, Dimnah with its pasture lands, and Nahalal with its pasture lands, 4 cities. Also across the Jordan from the tribe of Reuben, the city of refuge for homicides at Bezer with its pasture lands, Jehaz with its pasture lands, Kedemoth with its pasture lands, and Mephath with its pasture lands, 4 cities. From the tribe of Gad, the city of refuge for homicides at Ramoth in Gilead with its pasture lands, Mahanaim with its pasture lands, Heshbon with its pasture lands, and Jezer with its pasture lands, 4 cities in all. The cities allotted to the Merarite clans, the last of the Levites, were therefore 12 in all. Thus the total number of cities within the territory of the Israelites, which their pasture lands belonged to the Levites, was 48. With each and every one of these cities went the pasture lands round about it. And so the Lord gave Israel the entire land he had sworn to their ancestors he would give them. Once they had taken possession of it and dwelt in it, the Lord gave them peace on every side, just as he had promised their ancestors. Not one of their enemies could withstand them. The Lord gave all their enemies into their power. Not a single word of blessing that the Lord had promised to the house of Israel failed. It all came true. This is the word of the Lord.